Yo, I am sick of the abundancy of videos about how people's art teachers hated them. Wah. Cry me a river. Let's talk about how that is bullshit and why you need to stop being such pretentious, self-righteous pricks. I am so tired of these stupid videos popping up in my recommended. Yes, teachers and other figures of authority bullying and harassing students is not a good thing at all and shouldn't become a norm in society. However, these videos are trivialising that matter all because you're upset that your art teacher gave you an F on your poorly executed Naruto fan art. Listen, if you want to just draw anime and nothing else, don't take high school art classes, because believe it or not, they are normally used to outline the basics of art and the principles behind it. Anime is not a principle of art, nor is it a vital movement in Western culture. I'm talking about anime a lot here, because this is what most of these stupid videos come down to. My teacher won't let me draw what I want to draw. Anime! Again, most of these videos are about high school art classes. Granted, I've seen one or two about colleges and universities or whatever, but most of them are about high school. As far as I can remember from my high school experiences, it wasn't exactly a place where you could go and do whatever you want. University is different, obviously, but at high school it's kind of obvious that you'd be restricted in your modules. You know, following the curriculum. I can't believe that it is 2018 and I have to explain how a curriculum works. Of course, I have more knowledge in the English educational system, but I can't imagine it being too dissimilar in the States. Teachers are required to teach certain things to their students. They are told this by the Board of Education because they're the ones who make the decisions. If you do not like the curriculum, it is not your teacher's fault. That's just how it works, and how it has worked for decades. It isn't up to your teacher to decide what they teach. For this video, I decided to get in touch with my mum, who happens to be a teaching assistant and also happens to run the art club in the school that she works at. I also asked a few questions to my boyfriend, who will be training to become a high school history teacher in the coming months. I myself did an art GCSE, and I'm currently doing an animation degree. I also have experience in working at an art club in a high school. I'm throwing this out there now, so that you know my sources of information are reliable and are coming from people's first-hand experiences in high school art classes. So let's start picking apart some of the things that these people are saying about their art teachers. Number 1. My art teacher hated me because I was better at them at drawing. This is what I call pretension. It gets you nowhere in life and makes you look like an unnecessarily massive douche. I'm not being funny, but your art teacher is much more formally trained in the subject than you are and will most likely know more about the subject than you do. A teacher, at least in the UK, is required to have a degree in the subject they are teaching and partake in professional teacher training courses, which means, in short, they know their shit more than their high school age students. If you ascertain to your teacher that you know more about the subject than them, then you are asking for your teacher to make your life harder. No one's art is perfect, but a teacher has a lot more credibility than the people they are teaching. End of debate. Get your head out of your arse. Number 2. My art teacher hated me because they didn't let me draw what I wanted to draw. I was disappointed by this when I was in high school, but alas, a teacher's job is to make sure their students pass their classes. They know for a fact what will be marked up or down in examination, and they will want the best for their students. And not just for their students' sake, they will want to minimise the amount of students failing their classes because it can put their job on the line. Why would a teacher want to jeopardise their own employment by allowing you to draw a Dorito-shaped anime girl's chin over and over in your sketchbook? Teachers know what employers and higher educational establishments want to see in portfolios. If you are building a portfolio, don't get offended if your teacher tells you to get rid of all your yaoi collection. When I called my mum up, she distinctly said that art students sign up for art classes thinking they get to do what they want because art is such a broad subject. But teachers know what works best in a portfolio and what will get them passes. She also said that art students are naive in this aspect, and I completely agree. You find a lot of people take art classes in high school thinking they'll be able to sit off and not do any work, and they are stupid to think that. But at the same time, this is akin to what these students who are complaining about teachers are doing too. They need to know what they are signing up for and need to stop raging against the machine. Artists are some of the first people who complain when their occupations aren't taken as seriously as other academic subjects, yet they're also there kicking up a fuss when their art classes in school are taught like any other academic subject. I have never seen a rant video on YouTube gain any traction about someone whose maths teacher didn't let them focus on the equations that they wanted to. This is entitlement at its finest, and you art students aren't doing anyone any favours, especially not yourselves. Employers want adaptable artists. You are not adaptable if you cannot accept that you have to do things you don't like in high school art lessons. Don't argue about what you're learning with your teacher, because the chances are you're embarrassing yourself in front of your class and your teacher. If you are so desperate to draw your anime art, go to the higher educational authorities. Or, stop acting like a prat.